Oh, that's not working. Oh, there we go. We're back on. All right. Sorry about that. In 5 years, I see myself being busy with life and using the skills that I will learn in this leadership program to better be a leader, whether that's in a Chick-fil-A setting or in another industry somewhere else. The word stewardship to me means not taking the opportunities for granted. Stewardship is taking care of your responsibilities to your store, your employees, and to your customers. And stewardship is being responsible for all the authority that is given to you in a leadership role. The word leadership means to me, it means action. Leadership is an action word. Leaders should be out in front. A good leader would not expect those underneath him to do something that he would not do himself. Additionally, a leader is someone, when someone is doing something wrong, a good leader wouldn't just sit in the back and be like, you got to fix this. They would go out in front and be like, this is what you're doing wrong. This is how to do it right. And this is why we want you to do it this way. The word integrity to me, while it's somewhat a cliche, is integrity is what you do when no one is watching. Integrity is being the same with your spouse and your kids as you are with your employees. And also being responsible for taking the consequences that come with failures that are bound to happen when you have a number of employees underneath you. Community to me is the people you interact with, whether that is customers at work, people at church, and just your neighbors who live around you. Community is also, to me, not a static term. It's a dynamic term that always requires effort, because in your community there will be people that you don't see eye to eye with, that have different life perspectives than you, and it's going to take effort to have everyone be on the same page and to work together in harmony. The word excellence, to me, excellence is a process. Excellence is not settled with an achievement. You have to live up to excellence every single day. Excuse me. You strive for excellence even when you don't feel up to it, when you're sick, when you've worked long hours. Excellence is something that you have to consciously put effort into and strive for every single day. The word humility to me is knowing that you don't have the answers, but to be willing to admit that and to search out those answers, whether that is from someone in a higher role than you or someone below you. Sometimes people who have been working in an industry for years might have a better understanding of how to fix a problem, and you have to be humble enough to maybe ask the 18-year-old kid who doesn't have a college education, what would you do in this situation? My greatest weakness and how it impacted my life was I hold myself to a high standard, and when I don't meet that standard, sometimes it's really frustrating for me. And how that impacted me is, like for example, with baseball, I wanted to be a starter, and because I wasn't starting, I was constantly running more. I was trying to do more and more and more to achieve that goal of becoming a starter, and I actually wore myself out trying to achieve that goal. And then the most important qualities for a leader and someone who exemplifies these qualities is, like I said, a leader should be someone who's out in front, who leads by example. And a great example of this would be my Uncle John. When I was in high school, he used to train me for football, and I'd go down there and he would have me do all sorts of crazy physical activities, but he'd be right there doing it with me, whether it was swimming laps for hours or running the Appalachian Trail. He didn't just tell me to go do it. He said, we're doing this together, and it's going to make you better. And an example where I disagreed with a superior was when I was in college. Our dorm rooms weren't being taken care of. We sent many requests to maintenance to get things fixed, and nothing came about it. So I wrote a letter to the dean of the students. I went right to the top. And because I wrote that letter, we were actually able to have a conversation, and which actually led to improvements with the washing machines being fixed and us getting a new change dispenser to use the washing machines. An achievement that meant a lot to me was when I was in college, we won a conference championship, and our main goal was to win the World Series, but the first goal was to win that conference championship, and the sacrifices you had to make that every student athlete has to make is your college experience is going to be different from everyone else, and you're going to have to make sacrifice with that. We had curfews at night. I had practice 3 times a day, including classes. So I sacrificed a lot of the social life that comes with college in order to meet that goal of winning the conference championship and having a chance to make it to the College World Series. And if I was not selected for this program, the next steps I would take as a career path would be to try and get into a different kind of leadership role. Leadership is something that I believe that is a quality that I want to have in the job, my future career, whether that would be an Army officer or trying to get into a police department of some sort. I would love to try and get that leadership job and a leadership role because I believe that's what I'm here to do. Thank you for your time.